It seems like an understatement to say Hillary Clinton's campaign drove into a pothole this weekend. It might have been more like one of those craters that shows up on the Southeast Expressway come March or April. This amateur video shows Clinton clearly shaky and in need of assistance after she left yesterday's 9/11 observance in Lower Manhattan. She claimed she was overheated, and last week, of course, there was this.
Every time I think about Trump, I get allergic.
Turns out the 68-year-old Democratic nominee's doctor said she'd been suffering from pneumonia for several days, but her campaign didn't disclose her full diagnosis until well after yesterday's incident. Clinton has faced a barrage of tabloid headlines and viral conspiracy theories regarding her health and whether or not she has the physical stamina to be president. And Donald Trump has tried, of course, to fan those flames over the course of the campaign with tweets like this saying she should release her medical records. So just how damaging an episode is this for Hillary Clinton? Joining me are former Massachusetts treasurer and candidate for governor and Clinton supporter Shannon O'Brien. Good to see you, Shannon. Cambridge City Councilor Nadeem Mazin, who worked on behalf of Bernie Sanders. Trump delegate Amy Carnevale from Marblehead agreed to join us tonight, but canceled at the last moment. Good to see you both. She says she's going to release more documentation on her health later this week, but has the damage been done here to Hillary Clinton?
Well, unfortunately, you've seen so many conspiracy theories. I mean, videos that have been doctored that make it appear months ago that she was falling or stumbling or needed an EpiPen. So the fact is, I certainly think that she does have pneumonia feeds into the general conspiracy theories. That being said, I think that there's a huge difference between being sick and wanting to soldier on and there being some larger problems.
But has she been hurt by this?
Ultimately, the next several weeks are going to be important. The debates are going to be important, how she continues to speak on the campaign trail.
Has she been hurt by this?
I think that this is not good feeding into the conspiracy
Are you
theories.
supporting Clinton yet, or are you still on the fence?
It's time. Certainly, it's past time to support Clinton.
But does this give you qualms, or are you okay with this
I think from the beginning, Hillary has had an issue, and her campaign has had an issue with this damage control methodology, that we can get ahead of anything and that we can wait this out because we're the better candidate. What I actually think Hillary's camp should be doing is being out front with everything they can be and going on the offensive. I think being on the defensive against the GOP every single time, and we've been doing this for decades now, is the wrong move.
So one of the best lines I've heard today is that she should actually go on the offensive, because she actually went to the 9/11 event honoring the people who were massacred 15 years ago. Donald Trump had a sore foot and he skipped the Vietnam War altogether. I think that taking that kind of offensive about who is fit, who is willing to kind of soldier on and go through when you're not feeling too well, I think that she wins that fight. But that is, I hope that the
I would say
campaign will
virtually
take that.
every Democrat I've spoken to in the last 6 months has said exactly what the two of you said, except when she had a 10-point lead and then they were a little quieter. So why doesn't she do it? I mean, why doesn't she do it? Why doesn't she get ahead of stories like this?
That's not her people. Her people are kind of command and control these situations, respond. They're very reactive in general.
When you read, I don't know if you heard Cokie
people. There is no question that the bulk and the history of work that Hillary Clinton has involved herself in, helping the poor, helping the economically disadvantaged, helping women, helping people who need a chance. The problem is she is not selling herself to poor, white, less educated people who don't believe that government are going to solve their problems. They're looking for a savior. And I think she needs a new speechwriter.
Is this her 47% moment? I mean, a lot of people think it helped sink, well, not a lot, virtually everybody thinks it helped sink Mitt Romney 4 years ago. Is this her 47% moment?
No, I actually think you're right that she should be backing up this statement, and that the damage, though done, isn't as bad as we might think. We have to confront the fact that some Trump supporters and a lot of Trump organizers are worse than we've seen from any type of candidate for a long time. They are racist. They are homophobic.
Read Charles Blow in the New York Times. Charles Blow in the New York Times wrote things that 2/3 of Republicans speak bluntly of Islam as a whole. Roughly half say that African Americans, of Trump supporters, African Americans are more violent than white people. Having said that, saying these things, if you're teaching a seminar at Harvard or you're on a talk show like you are now, is one thing. But saying them to the public, if you're a fence-sitting independent,
Even if
you're a fence-sitting independent and you hear her call, not him, which she did the next day, but her supporters, half of them, Islamophobes, homophobes, whatever they are, it doesn't feel very good, does it?
It doesn't feel very good, and I agree. But the fact is, he is a magnet for people who hold these kinds of views. But she said it completely inartfully, and unfortunately, I really think that she needs to, I do agree, she needs to restate this and talk about how she cares about those people who have lost hope.
I only have 30 seconds left. Can I just say one thing here? What you guys have not done, which you have not said, yeah, but Donald Trump's 100 times worse. Well, you sort of did.
I always
but
do.
Whose fault is it? I mean, he has escaped comments. They're rapists. They're criminals. You know, obviously the infamous Mexican line. Who's the enemy here? Is it Trump who has gotten away with this, or is it people like me who have allowed him to get away with this
I think
quickly?
it's the press. I mean, I think that that's also, for the course of the past several days, there has been some focus with the Matt Lauer missteps. I think that they were starting to look at that, and then Hillary, unfortunately...
That he gave Trump a free
And
ride the other
press
night.
giving Trump incredible exposure whenever he does something crazy, as if this is a viral phenomenon every time he opens his mouth. Yeah. We need to be editorializing about what America needs every time we put pen to paper.
Wasn't that Hillary Clinton's job to do that?
Surely she's doing her best, but there have to be independent observers, and they have knowledge. They are not just reporting information with false equivalents.
Shannon, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
You do a great job as a candidate, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nadeem, it's
Thank
great
you.
to see you.
Nice
Good to see you both.